What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, I'd like to give you guys my review of Batman: The Long Halloween. So this is the DC Universe's newest animated film. And these animated films, honestly, they're very hit and miss. Some of them are great. Some of them are horrific. Some of them kind of fall in the middle. And some of them a lot of people love while a lot of people hate. So they can be divisive. All the reviews that I've read on Batman: The Long Halloween were positive. So I had to watch it. I just had to watch it. And I honestly, I wasn't too excited about this one because, truth be told, I know that my geek card is going to get revoked for this, especially as somebody who's been reading comics since about 1986. I've never read The Long Halloween. I know. I've never read it. So Batman has almost always in my life been on my pull list at my comic book store. Almost always. There was a period in my life when I took Batman off my pull list because there were some other books I was into. So I took Batman off. And Batman: The Long Halloween was one of the stories that came during that time period. So I just missed it. I just missed it. I was reading other things and I just missed it. And I've never really had the chance to go back and revisit it, even though I fully intend to. So, as somebody who's a huge comic book fan, who's a huge comic book reader, who has always had Batman on his pull list, I went into the Long Halloween animated film having never read the original material. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that I did. So, it was something that, because I hadn't read the original content, I wasn't too stoked for this like a lot of people was. I was always going to watch it, but I wasn't too stoked for it. When I read the reviews, I was like, I gotta watch this, because the reviews across the board were great for this. Then I watched it, and man, this is the type of live-action Batman movie that we need to get. This is it. This is it. Why do these animated people, the people who are working in DC animation, why do they get these characters so well when the live-action people just don't get the characters? It's like obvious, like they don't get the characters like the animator, like the people working on the animated movies do. This is perfect Batman. This is perfect Batman. Now, part of me is wondering, like, I know this is two parts, but part of me is wondering, like, all right, the fact that Batman, yeah, the Joker's in it, I get that, and Catwoman's in it, I get that, but the fact that Batman's not really, like, battling a colorful, costumed villain makes me wonder if, like, will they ever have the courage to do one like this? This Joker, even though he's in it and he's an antagonist, I wouldn't necessarily call Joker the main antagonist. So the fact that Batman's not battling a costumed villain, I'm like, would they have the courage to just make a movie where Batman's battling the mob? Now, I know somebody's going to raise their hand and say, what about The Dark Knight? He was battling the mob in The Dark Knight, LQ. Yeah, he was. But the Joker was definitely the main antagonist, and Two-Face was also there. All right? I would say that the mob was the main bad guy. Now, I don't know who the main bad guy is yet, because I've never read the source material and I haven't seen part 2 yet. But I would say that right now, the mob is kind of the main antagonist, with the Joker kind of being there as a secondary. You look at all the Batman movies that's ever been made. Batman 89 had the Joker. Batman Returns had Penguin and Catwoman. Batman Forever, Two-Face and the Riddler. Batman and Robin, such a bad movie. Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze. Dark Knight Rises had the Joker and Two-Face. Dark Knight had Joker and Two-Face. Dark Knight Rises had Bane. So yeah, Batman Begins is probably the one that did not go all in on a costumed main antagonist, and they still had Scarecrow there as a secondary. So yeah, this was a different kind of Batman movie that I really think the directors of the live action needs to really take notes on and really understand Batman from this perspective. Because this was perfect. This is a perfect Batman story, and I can't wait for part two to come out now. Obviously, I think part two they're gonna ratchet up the whole costume bad guys. You know, we're gonna get Poison Ivy, and my guess is that we're gonna get some more from Batman's Rogues Gallery. But and obviously, I think Joker's gonna continue to play a big role. But this first story, this first half, it was really kind of a mystery, a detective story. And so much of Batman's history is rooted in those detective stories. So it was refreshing, and like I said, I really hope the live action people take note. And I really hope this is successful, so the live action people will take note. So I loved it. I loved it. I give Batman the Long Halloween Part 1 an A. It was extremely high quality Batman storytelling, and I really look forward to part 2. So what did you think of Batman the Long Halloween Part 1? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there commenting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.